Hey y'all, it's your girl Goody. I'm back. Aren't you excited to see what I'm about to turn this nasty, ugly sweater into? Keep watching. Welcome back. All you need to start is scissors and measuring tape. Okay, step one. Simply just cutting up the arms. So the left arm, the right arm. This is just to show you exactly what we're working with because we are very limited with the fabric. So we want to make sure that we take off the most important pieces off first. I should have told you guys to make sure you have a pair of shorts that you really like because you will need this on the next step. So as you can see, I have placed my favorite shorts on top of the fabric, and I'm just cutting off just the top of it. So I already kind of looked and seen that, okay, I don't need this top. Let me just place my shorts on top of it and just trace it and keep it pushing. Honestly, this is the easiest part, I promise y'all. But all you have to do is just basically just trace it out. Trace the pattern that you see in the shorts. So I usually use my hand to add a little bit of weight on top of the fabric just to make sure that the fabric isn't moving as I cut. But as for my beginners, all you guys have to do is just get a notebook or something a little bit heavy and just place it on it. It's so much easier, y'all. Okay, so after you're done tracing it out, we're going to split this pattern into two. Trust me, it's all going to make sense, but just splitting it into two just makes it better. So what we're really going to have is 4 pieces of fabric to make these shorts. Then we're going to worry about the back. So just flip it on the back and then just do the exact same thing that we did on the front. Oh yeah, before I forget, don't forget to split the fabric into two, y'all. Remember how the front looks so nasty and just distressed? Um, well, we're gonna have to cut that off. We don't need it no more. We don't want it because the look I'm going for a bandeau type of look. So all we have to do is make sure that we cut off that neckline, making sure that it is as rectangle, whatever, as possible, y'all. But it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be straight. Trust me, you can finesse it for sure. Alright, so remember in the beginning how we cut the front part of the shorts? Well, just make sure that you bring that piece out one more time, flip the ends, and just kind of pin everything around. This is also the back shorts too as well. You're going to do the same thing. And when I mean pin everything around, I mean get any type of pins. You can even use safety pins to hold it so that when you're running through the sewing machine, it's easy to gather everything and your fabric isn't moving out of place. So the pins just help with staying in place. But another tip I could give, sometimes the pattern may look similar, so just use a little pin to know that, hey, this is the front of the shorts and that's the back. And it's time to sew. So it doesn't even matter what type of sewing machine you guys have, as long as it can stitch, you are good. So remember that side that we pinned on the shorts, all you gotta do is run it through the sewing machine with a straight stitch. I'm changing my dial just in case. I want my stitch to be very small so it's tight and together, but that's all you got to do. Y'all, look at how seamless this looks. Like, yes. Alright, y'all, we're back. Okay. So, remember that first piece that I told y'all that we had to cut in two? We have to sew it together. This is what it looks like together. That's actually really the back. This right here that I have in my hand is really the front. So remember earlier I was telling you guys that how I identify the front is by putting little pins in the middle of the fabric to know that's the front. So what we're going to do is we are going to work in the inside of the shorts. So basically what I mean by that is where you want everyone to see, like your front of the shorts and the back of the shorts is going to be facing each other right now in this process, whereas we're just working on the back. So it's trying to pin the fabric together. I always say this is so important to pin the fabric together because as you're sewing through the sewing machine, you want to make sure that you're sewing on both fabric. sometimes your fabric could like slip that you're only sewing on one fabric and you just kind of wasted your time. Now, to measure your waist, just take your elastic band. I forgot to tell you I needed that too. Take your elastic band and just kind of like pinpoint where you want it to be and just cut it off. You're going to do the same thing for your underboob. This is the measurements for the bandeau I was telling you guys about that we have to cut in rectangular shape. The same measurement under, the same measurement I use on top too. Then you're also going to take the elastic band and measure your arms and cut it off. Okay y'all, this part is a little bit complicated, but I got y'all. So at the top where your waist is for the shorts, you have to make sure that you pin all around it because we're about to sew all around it. We're gonna leave like an inch space because we want to have space to be able to put our elastic band inside of it. So as you can see, I've already sewn it off camera, but I left a little bit of space so I could put my elastic inside. And I'm using a safety pin because safety pins are so much easier. Y'all, I don't know why it's not trying to focus. Focus. Okay. So what we're going to use with a safety pin, we're going to hook the safety pin at the tip of the elastic just to make it easier. Y'all, I promise you, using the safety pin makes the job 10 times easier. So as you can see, I pulled it all the way out. This is the end of it and I'm about to sew it together. Okay, it's finally stitched. I made sure I closed the hole while the elastic band is inside. So let's go over to the arms. So the same thing I did to the shorts for the waist is the same thing we're going to do to the arms. Just pin it all around and leave a little bit of space for the elastic band. I made sure the elastic band wasn't that thick because you don't want it to look too much going on with the arms. So we're going to put that aside and do the same thing for the top. For the top, because it's a rectangular shape, we're just going to have to do the same thing again by just pinning it all around so that way our fabric can stay in place when we're sewing. As you can see, everything is pinned, the top, the arms. I usually like to pin everything at once so that it's easier for me to sew everything at once, I guess. But now we're about to go to the sewing machine. So remember that method I told you guys from the jump about the elastic band and the safety pin? That's basically what we're going to do for the arms and the top. So for the arms, where I pinned it around, I guess where your arms like rotate, you just have to use the elastic band to do the same thing that I did with the shorts. So this is just a closer view on what I'm actually doing. I wanted you guys to really see what I'm really doing. It's not that hard with a safety pin. It's very easy. Just keep putting it through around the arms. It's the same method you use for the shorts and the top. Just keep dragging it through around until everything is all out at once. So now that it's finally out, all you have to do is just sew it all together. Do the same thing for the top, sew it all together, and now we're going to see the finished look. I hope you guys love your transformation as much as I love mine. Y'all, I was this close and trashing that ugly sweater from the beginning, but I'm so glad I was able to turn it into a different piece. You can wear this at home. You can wear this when you're chilling, for real, honestly. I love it. It's soft, it's warm, and it's cute. And I can still be cute in the house. I love it so much, and I hope you guys love it too. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video.